Hello, Top Fan Rivalry followers, and welcome to another edition of The Odd Couple. It's been a little bit. We got the All-Star break behind us. We're looking in the rearview mirror. It is something fantastic. I love the fact that we have that done. So many things going on at TopFanRivalry.com. Make sure you are checking that site out. Go watch the commercial. Go sign up in the locker room. You get plenty of articles. You get a lot of fun, different things. Plus, you get a ton of discounts. So check out TopFanRivalry.com. My co-host, my friends, my just all around super good guys. I got Mikey. I got Big Dave. We're gonna talk some baseball. What's up, fellas?
What's
Howdy,
going
howdy.
on?
So let's start. Home run derby. Mikey, your thoughts on the HR Derby?
I do like the timed aspect of it more. The pitch count, a certain amount of pitches in a certain amount of time. Yeah, I thought it was a good home run derby. They kept it moving. Yeah, I thought they did a great job. Do you want to talk about the elephant in the room before the home run derby? The
Sure.
national anthem.
Oh, yes.
Now, poor kid. You got to know your limits. You got to know your venue. Probably someone should have stopped her, or a friend or an agent should probably said, maybe pretend like you're sick or something, and we'll have somebody else do this.
Yeah, probably. And the whole I was drunk theory, yeah, that don't fly with us.
Well, I mean, I think part of her gimmick, and I say gimmick as a wrestling term, but I want to say that she's this country artist who's been on stage, who's been a little tipsy or whatever. I say she should have came out full Hank Williams and just owned it and been like, yeah, but I still wasn't as bad as Roseanne Barr. But I felt bad for the girl. I think she was excited to be in South Oklahoma for whatever reason, and the libations took. So, hopefully, she gets the help she needs.
Yeah, I can honestly say I'm not much of a country western guy. I've never heard of this gal. Was this a career suicide type thing, or is it more? It probably maybe is a step in the right direction for her to get help and then resume her career.
I don't think her demographic cares.
Well, and I looked up some of her social media today. The whole I'm going to rehab is a little contrary to what's on her social media.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, her whole thing is that she's always been a party girl. So, like I said, I would have just owned it and been like, look, I was excited to be invited. I didn't handle my liquor well. I apologize. Hopefully the Rangers will allow me back so I can make it up. That's the PR if I was her agent, that's how I'd have took it. You're a country artist, own it.
Yeah. And welcome to Texas.
Yeah, that's right.
Next time, more brisket, less alcohol.
Yeah. But sorry, I digress. Back to the home run derby. Yeah, I liked the format. Yeah, I thought it went without a hitch. It's hard talking through it when they're talking and stuff, because it does move. You got to keep a pace going. So when it used to be, you couldn't throw a pitch back, member, until the ball dropped or hit the ground, now they're just, boom, 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 boom. It's like a Bugs Bunny,
Yeah, you can't watch it. If you're the hitter, you can't watch it.
No, you just got to watch that little number on the right-hand side, seeing did another one go out or not, So, but yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It seems like, the players enjoyed themselves, everybody but Pete Alonso, who apparently takes this like really serious, which obviously we know he did, but
no, he didn't. No, he didn't, because I had him winning it and he cost me money. So no, he didn't.
I
He did
had him
not take
winning
it
it
seriously.
too. I had him winning it too, and I meant to put 226, and I put 126. So, but I'm sure I was so far out of whatever it was in our bracket that it didn't matter. For Teoscar, I should have just stuck, do what
Went
I
with the
do and just
homer. Yeah.
be damned
Yeah.
with all of you. Teoscar, baby.
I agree,
So
Mikey. I like the new format. It seemed to give it a bit of a more of a an elimination type feel, like every at bat was crucial. I mentioned this to Bill earlier. I think that going forward, you're going to definitely want to be batting in the first 2 or 3 spots.
yeah,
You want to be able to put the pressure on. Some of them guys ended up started, rushing some swings there. And then you got the fatigue, man. Swing a bat nonstop for 3 minutes. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're
and
gonna be gassed.
mind you, you're not just trying to make contact. You're swinging to hit it out of the park. So it's some effort and some grunt behind it. It's not easy. So
Yeah,
I feel for it. I
and,
do
and-
like it though.
yeah.
I
And
liked. Go ahead.
I applaud the pitchers, because that's kind of, you know, that's a little nerve wracking in itself having to set someone up. I mean,
But did you notice the majority of those pitchers look like that's the one guy that you don't want to fight on the team? Every single one of these guys was a bench coach that had forearms like Popeye just from out there flinging them. Come on, come on. You know,
not
so
Dino Evil.
I liked it though. The fact that the only Ranger involved choked miserably, music to my ears. If Garcia would have won, I may have needed to buy a new TV. I'm just saying. So I did not have Teoscar pulling this out. I didn't have him coming out of the first round, to be honest. But the little guys brought it this year.
Yeah,
Bohm did his thing. Bobby Witt Jr. is a bona fide superstar. Get used to it, people. He's going to be around for a while, barring injury. But I was happy with the with the home run derby. The All-Star game, again, it was entertaining. I felt like the players, contrary to other leagues, a la NBA, NFL, I think the Major League Baseball All-Star game is still one that the players really truly do enjoy still. It's also voted on by your peers, as well as the popular vote. So but the All-Star game, what'd you guys take away from the All-Star game?
thank you.
I, I, truth be told, didn't get to see the whole thing. It was my bowling night. I did see, the man, the myth, the legend, Shohei Ohtani's 3-run homer, and then Logan Webb just decided, hey, I can't let that guy be MVP. I'm just gonna poop the bed here and wreck this for everybody, which he did. No, you rarely see people that look like they're not enjoying themselves out there for All-Star Weekend, the game. Back to the batting, the home run derby, real quick. I'm sorry, but I was thrilled to see Teoscar win it, and I don't know if I saw it wrong or read it wrong, but I know like Will Ireton was there. That's Shohei's translator and stuff and things like that. And Glasnow stayed, but I think Freddie and Will and them, and they have kids. So if they needed to get them home at a certain time to go to bed, I get it. But I think some of those guys left, and generally you get the whole pod together. It was cool to see Vladimir Guerrero really latch on to his former teammate Teoscar and help him out and keep him motivated. So
Yep. I will say this, my numbers don't count, but I did look it up. I will announce it more later this week. but I did have in my top three Teoscar, Bohm, and Bobby Witt, with the top two being Teoscar and Bohm. And I'm sorry, Teoscar and Witt, and I had Teoscar winning the whole thing. So just so
Wow.
that you know, if you're looking at a top fan rivalry bracket, look no further than Bill O'Damas. I'll be here, for the next week and a half. Tip the waitress. Thank you.
The
Just want to
fix
get
is
that.
in. The
And
I,
I did,
fix is in. The
and I did
fix
hear
is
a little
in.
nugget that it sounds like people are just getting tired of these uniforms.
yes,
Year in and year out now, that they're gonna probably go back to the old ways where you wear your own team jersey.
perfect.
I'm glad you brought that up because as I was watching the whole uh, All-Star break festivities, I got to thinking, if we all put our commissioner hats on, one of these hypotheticals that Bill loves so much, what would you guys do to change um, the All-Star break, the home run derby, the All-Star game to regain its luster that may be tarnishing a bit. And one
I,
of the
I
things that
yep.
I was thinking about was to dump the the dumb National League and American League jerseys. Or if they want to keep those, at least make it like they used to do, color coded to the city. This whole, like, the colors, it was the All-Star game was in North Texas. I've said South Oklahoma so much I can't even say the right geographical listing. And the colors looked like it was from South Beach. This bright neon blue, and I didn't even buy an Astros All-Star cap because that fuchsia or whatever it was. I'm with Mikey. I like the old days where they wore their own jersey, um, or like I said, a couple years ago when it was in San Diego, the jerseys had that old Padres font with the hats that matched. Loved it. It was in each team's colors, but it was like the font of the host city. So,
I
what are
hated
some other?
those.
Yeah, yeah. What are of course you would, Padres. What would you guys do? Like you said, mentioned changing the jerseys. What
I
else?
have a thought on what I would do. Uh, you know, there's everybody plays everybody now. Why not do a draft? Once the players are selected and all that, maybe have captains, do it like basketball, pick your team, do a draft, whatever. National League could play with an American League guy. You pick your teams.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Um, I'm I think the MLB is searching for money. That's why I think you have the caps and you have the jerseys. Uh, I love the idea of the cap and the jersey for the home run derby, but then wear your own jersey for the game, right? And they used to do things like that. I mean, you remember when Griffey would play, they would have something that said American League on it. That was great. But the jersey thing, I think, is just a money grab for the MLB. I mean, and it's worth several $1 million, right? People look at it and say, "Oh, this cap's awesome," or in your case, Dave, "I didn't like the cap, so I'm not buying it," right?
Dog
Uh,
water.
and uh, and so that I like the idea of a draft. I think that would be fun. I like the concept of the winner gets to be the host city for the World Series.
Ooh,
Um, you don't like that, huh?
I didn't like that aspect of it, because you're not. If you're really trying to win the game at that point, then I would be like, well, I want someone like Shohei batting
Yeah.
four
Yeah,
times in the game, or your best players are, or have whoever the dominant pitcher is right now go 5, 6, 7 innings if he's dealing, to try and win the game. So I thought trying to make it something like that where the outcome made your playoff spot or home or visitor, I didn't like it. I didn't like
Okay.
that.
yeah.
What do you think, Dave?
Hear me out. I do think making the game count somehow, there's got to be a way to incentivize the victory. However, like Mikey said, if you're doing that, then your superstars have to play the whole game or the majority of the game. I know it's sweet to get everybody in, but upper tier stars need to play 7, 8, 9 innings. If I'm trying to win the game, I'm not subbing out Shohei for you know, Teoscar, or I know that's bad comparison, but I just think that you've got to get them in there. Um, and part of that is changing the selection process, like Mikey said, do a draft or something. The West Coast bias is a powerful thing, but at times it could be ridiculous. The Padres have 5 All-Stars and the Mets have 1. The fan voting usually holds up pretty steady. I think the player voting needs to be analyzed, because some players, let's be frank, they're too busy to study stats, and they're voting for friends of theirs or acquaintances, I think. But I think changing the way they do it, and trying to, if you're going to make it count, then you've got to let guys play. But then again, you get the whole, it's rest, it's in the middle of the season, you don't want an injury. But look, if you're playing a game that week that's a regular season game, you run the same chance of an injury of anything else. So if the guys are running out there facing an injury, make it count for something. I also think pick managers based on current year performance. I'm tired of seeing the guys that went on a run last year be the coach. Like let somebody new. I know that they've probably got their own things going this season directly, especially if they're winning. But I like the idea of let's stay current in the year. You know, as far as the home run derby or the rest of the festivities, I think a skills competition would be nice. I remember the old days. They had just an old what was it, a catch thing, and Benito Santiago's throwing from his knees trying to hit the target at second base, something like that. Timing of a double play, between the shortstop and something like that, some type of skills. I think that would add another level of entertainment. And this one may be a little controversial. Okay, if it's a home run derby, we're there to see the long ball. Make the pitcher, put him behind something safe, use a pitching machine. But let's let him use aluminum bats. Let's just go for it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, yes, somebody might get killed, but that's the risk you got to run. Okay? It's like lawn darts back in the day. When you played it, there was a risk. If you lost, you might really lose. So let Aaron Judge see if he can hit something that's 200 miles an hour off the bat, and see if he can hit it outside the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, syringes, if you want to.
Don't juice the players, juice the bats.
Yeah. Thank you.
I do like the idea of a skills competition, like ground balls, most accurate throw to first, most accurate throw from the outfield.
Like you could do
that. Like hockey does.
Home runs robbed. Guys jumping over, trying to, what's the highest they can jump to snag one. I don't know. I think there's a lot of opportunity to make it a whole weekend.
Yeah, get the speed aspect involved. They that, like Ellie De La Cruz and like 6 of the fastest dudes, have them swing and then time them from like home all the way around, or stuff like that. Just stuff that showcases it's a tool. Someone says, oh, he's a 5-tool guy. It's speed, power, arm, all those things. Showcase some of these athletes like that.
Mikey, you remember the NFL superstars, right? Where they go like through an obstacle course, and do something like that. Now look, these are baseball players these days look a lot like football players, but I digress. They're a softer sort. Do something similar, just targets, glass plates you're trying to throw from the outfield, or assists, or hit the cutoff man, or make it something interesting.
How about a bunting competition, since nobody seems to know how to do that anymore?
That would take forever, though. That's the problem.
No one is bunting, I swear to God.
It gets runners around. So okay. I'm gonna transition us from the All-Star game, fellas, because we could spend all night on this, and this is all day and all night. But let's talk about, I'm gonna call it last chances for the season. Now, we used to, as we all remember growing up, the All-Star game truly was the Midsummer Classic. So typically it was a week earlier than it is now. Typically it was at game 81, at the end of game 81, right? Whatever, it works out. But does Shohei become a 40-40 guy? And does Jose Altuve get 200 hits this season? Uh, Dave, we'll start with you on the 200 hit idea. And then Mikey, why don't you go with the 40-40 idea?
I say, barring the nasty injury word or an IL trip, I think it's definitely in the cards. He is well over, he's averaging he's at present pace, he's gonna set what, 211 hits, 212 hits, something like
What did you
that.
have right now? 118?
Yeah. So I mean, it's right there. He hasn't hit 200 hits, I want to say, since like his 6th year in the league. But he's come out rejuvenated
118
this year.
hits.
He's come out rejuvenated. He's healthy. Hopefully that hand not playing in the All-Star game, let it rest a little bit. But I mean, he was playing a day after that happened, and I mean, he went yard. So I think as the Astros go, Jose Altuve goes. So with the other guys picking it up, we get Tucker back, Bregman swinging a hot bat. Altuve loves to jump on fastballs early. If you're an opposing pitcher, look, do a scouting report. Don't throw him a high fastball first pitch. Just saying. I'm giving that to you as an Astros fan. So I think he can do the 200 hits. Shohei definitely hits 40 homers. I don't think that's the problem at all. I think his numbers as far as stealing have taken a bit of a hit with Mookie out and him moving into the one spot. I think that changes his idea of, base running and whatnot, with people trying to get him in behind him. So I think he goes high 30s, but I think he's just short of the 40 club. Man, 30, 30, 30, and 38. I mean, 40, 38, definitely, probably.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would think if he got that close, they're going to go out of their way to try and get it for him. That's just my thought on it. It would suck to, get to a plateau where you have 47 homers and then end with 39 stolen bases. I mean, at some point, I'd just be like, just be a running fool for a week and go Ellie De La Cruz on someone.
Oh,
So
and Mookie should be back in not too long, right? That would move him out of that first spot.
I'm assuming, if all goes well, I haven't heard much. I've seen him moving it. There's moving. I would be surprised if he wasn't back by August 10th ish. I think we're at I literally right now as we speak, I think we're at 4 weeks. So by the time we're done with the Red Sox and Giants, it'll be over 5 weeks, and they said 6 to 8 weeks. So hopefully when I'm in Oakland to watch the A's play the Dodgers, and that's the second, third, and fourth or something like that, maybe there's an outside chance he can be there, but that might be a little too early still.
yeah. Okay, so here's the hard number. So Mikey, you tell me, okay, Jose, 5'9" in the program, Altuve has 118 hits, so he needs 82 hits. He's played in 93 games. Shohei, wait, Shohei-san,
Right.
Ohtani-san, has 29 home runs and 23 stolen bases. So 17 and 11, if I did that math right. Somebody check my math. Dave or Mikey, what do you think?
Well, let's just not, why not say him for 200 hits? He's got 117 at this point, I believe. So he's just one behind Altuve. But obviously the power numbers, I think he's going to blow past 40 homers, barring, injury, or they just finally say, we're walking you, and I'm still going to say the 23 stolen bases. That I'm going to say he goes 40-40. I think what he's done thus far is he's trying to, it seems like it's something that he really wants. I don't know what his stolen base. I mean, I know he's always stole bases and stuff, but he's never been known as just a stolen base guy. You know what I mean?
100%.
But it seems like he's putting extra incentive into it. So I'm going to say he is going to be a 40-40 man, possibly 200 hits to go with it. So we'll see,
Magic 8-ball, Magic 8-ball.
I'm going to ask. All right. First up, 40-40 for Ohtani. My reply is no. Sorry, I wish I could show it here. All right. So,
All
right. Will Altuve get 200 hits? It is certain. Look, Magic 8-ball don't lie. I'm just saying.
This guy.
Yeah.
It's an Astros Magic 8-ball.
White ball that my cat plays with. It's a big baseball. Yes, Shohei will do it.
There you go. There you go.
Awesome. All right, so boys, we covered the All-Star game. We covered what would we do if we were commissioners. We covered a very good topic of Ohtani and Altuve. Now, mind you, Shohei needs to still prove it for a couple more seasons, but I cannot conceivably imagine a way where Jose Altuve does not make the Hall of Fame. Okay, unless we're going to talk about 17, but I doubt it. I think we're good there. Now, that being said, let's get a hug, fellas. Can I get a hug? Here's what I'm going to ask you. Okay, we are at Houston. Dodgers are in Houston. Mikey, you and I go out to Houston, let's say in our hypothetical. Dodgers are there. We're playing the Astros, right? They've removed all the trash cans and everything. And there is some type of emergency at the stadium. And they don't have anybody to sing the national anthem. Are you singing it? Am I singing it? Is Big D singing it? Who's singing the national anthem?
Well, I'll go first. I'm going to say it won't be me. I'm a social phobia guy anyway, so no one wants to see the song butchered or me vomiting on the field. So no, it won't be me. Bill, I'm just going to go off of what I know from both of you guys. It's not you. You're not the guy. Dave,
Sure.
You're our man for this. You're the man.
And the home of the brave.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Look here. I got it. No worries, guys. I will Enrique Palazzo the heck out of the national anthem, okay? No worries.
Well, I listen, I'm with Mikey, okay? I literally, a few years ago, Amber and I, my wife and I, were talking about, for those of you who don't know who Amber is, we were talking about something we could do together, right? Now we're coming up on 25 years of marriage. So we were talking about something that we might like to do together. And we're sitting at church one day, and she hears me singing a hymn, and she says, why don't we go to singing lessons? And I said, or she goes, would you ever want to go to singing lessons? I said, oh, is that something you'd like to do together? She goes, no, not me. I have to sit next to you listening to the hymns. I'm like, okay. So that being said, I'm definitely not singing the national anthem. Mikey will give you a hall pass. Dave has just auditioned, and his audition tape has been successful. So we'll give it to Dave.
Yeah, I would feel like if I were to be the one to have to do it, the brownies and cookies would be in full effect, and then I would probably have to announce a rehab stint after. So definitely not me.
I'm no quitter. I would not be going to rehab. I would own it. Yes, I would probably be inebriated. However, it would be the most extravagant national anthem ever heard.
Best ever. Best ever. All right, boys. So we've covered everything. We've told you what we need to tell you. We told you what we didn't need to tell you. But Dave, do you got a comment, a question? Are you fixing to ask something?
Look here. We got to end the show because my dugout mug is empty. Okay. So if you don't have your dugout mug yet, look at this gorgeous piece of art. All right. We've got a deal exclusive with dugout mugs. See that little seal right there? That is the official Major League Baseball hologram. This is officially licensed products, y'all. We got it direct from the manufacturer, and our price is better than you can get it from them direct. All right. Go over to TopFanRivalry.com right now. Go to the shop. Get yourself a dugout mug. Okay. Use the discount code Big Dave. Mikey's people. You got what's your code there, Mikey? Bleeding Blue.
Bleeds blue.
Bleeds Blue. Use either one of those codes. Help my man Mikey out. Help your boy out. But get your dugout mug. They are great. They are sealed. The nothing will penetrate this wood. Easy hand wash. They last all the time. I use it. It's a 12-ounce mug. It will hold plenty of your beverages. It has been tested to keep it cooler than a conventional tumbler. I'm just saying, it's on the website. You can go check it out for yourself. All right. Get yours right now. TopFanRivalry.com. Official dugout mug. Top Fan Rivalry. You can't beat that with a bat unless it's a dugout mug.
I would like to say I second everything he says. Mine is right over there. I just don't feel like it's a good show if I get up and leave for a second to grab it. So I have the Dodger one. Just let it be known.
Mikey has the Dodger one.
The
So
Dodger top fan one.
So for those of you listening to the show, Mikey, he's a huge Dodger fan. Obviously, Dave's a huge Astro fan. If you're new to the show, if you're watching it on YouTube, congratulations, you're getting some free content. It won't always be there. If you're in the locker room, good for you. Guys and gals, if you're watching this on YouTube, the locker room is our community. It's $25 annually. You get articles, you get podcasts, you get discounts on all kinds of fun stuff. You get first access to meetups. And yeah, Dave's got a bunch of gear right there. You just get your gear on. Hit that subscribe button, follow us, subscribe to us, check us out on Instagram, check us out on X, check out the hats, check out everything that you got going on. So, guys, I love you. Let's do it again.
Some cool t-shirts. There's a lot of stuff.
Yep. Fellas, we'll do it again soon. Sound good?
Bazinga.
Always a pleasure when in such great company. Fellas, I appreciate you.
Back at you, brother. Glad everything's back to normal for you.
Amen. Yes. Amen. Me too. And as always, go Stros.